Some people think financial freedom is about buying Ferraris, but what if it looked like this? I thought volunteering at an elephant sanctuary would mean watching elephants from a distance, but instead I spent a week working alongside them, meeting incredible people from around the world, and it completely changed how I think about using my time. People often ask what I'd actually do if my investments cover my expenses. This week is my answer. Most people think investing is about making more money. They're wrong. Today's video is showcasing Elephant Sanctuary Laos and how investing can buy back time so you can take part in incredible experiences, adventures like this. So let's get into it. I wanted to find something that covered my passion for travel, supporting local wildlife, and was a reasonable budget and distance to get there. The Elephant Sanctuary at Laos ticked all of these boxes. As my investments were primarily on autopilot, it gave me the time and the flexibility to take this trip. Now, asking your permission from your boss and being backed by a certain date, otherwise Steve from accounts won't be able to cope, well, you get the picture. So how do you actually get there? The Elephant Sanctuary at Laos is located in Saibai, and there are multiple ways to get there. As we combined this as part of a bigger trip, we took a bus from Vang Vieng to Saibai. Personally, I wouldn't recommend this option because the bus journey is pretty long, the roads are not great. Let's just say the set schedule is inconsistent, so you need to get there well ahead of departure time. The alternative is getting a flight from Vientiane and then getting a connecting flight directly there. This was some of the routes that the other volunteers took. I thought the accommodation was awesome. You're staying in log cabins which have been built from scratch in the sanctuary. One thing to note is that bathrooms and showers are a short walk from your room. So, what about the food? That was fantastic. I couldn't have asked for more. It was all included as part of your donation costs, which we'll talk about later. It was buffet style, so you could eat as much as you want. I think hands down, this is some of the best food that I tasted in Laos. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner was served in this way, and there was the opportunity to buy additional snacks and food from a staff member who runs the shop on site. So, what was our first impressions? We were greeted by Flo and Tina, who organise the majority of the operations in the sanctuary. They're incredible people, and I couldn't thank them enough for the work that they do. From the second we got there, we were treated like family, and the love from the animals comes out in everything that they do. Now, this is the bit that you've been waiting for. For those encounters and experiences, words barely do them justice. You really get up close and personal with these wonderful creatures and a chance to see their individual personalities. Every day at the sanctuary is like seeing them again for the first time. All of these elephants have had really tough lives, and this place gives them the space to experience what life should be really about. There's something magical about the simple act of watching these creatures eating in their natural setting, enjoying their day. And whilst these animals unfortunately can't return to the wild, the home they have with Tina and Flo is incredible and most importantly, safe. So, how do I know that this sanctuary is ethical? Well, we did a lot of research beforehand, but we were still a little apprehensive before we arrived. Thankfully, our fears were put to rest as it was obvious that these elephants are well looked after. They're not chained up, they don't offer rides, and they don't make them do tricks. They're just elephants, enjoying life in a natural environment. So, what does daily life look like at the sanctuary? Typically, in the mornings, we prepared breakfast for the elephants, which was usually made up of watermelons, banana leaves, and other vegetables. The elephants would come down from their overnight shelter, enjoy their feast, and then head off to the jungle for the day. Then, typically, we'd work on clearing one of the enclosures for some of the other rescued animals before having some chill time in the afternoon. Full disclaimer, this can be hard work in hot weather, so make sure you pack clothes, drinks containers, and some sun cream for this kind of activity. Then later in the day, we'd head off in a boat downstream to the jungle where the elephants had been, and we'd all come back down to the sanctuary for dinner. It was the ideal balance of volunteering, interacting with the elephants, and having some chill time. So I mentioned earlier that there's some other animals at the sanctuary. Currently, there are dogs, cats, chickens, monkeys, goats, ducks, chickens, and even cows. All of these are looked after and get the specialist care that they need. I'm sure there'll be even more guests by the time that I go back. The sanctuary caters for up to 6 volunteers, which makes it a very personalised experience. It was exactly the kind of thing we were looking for to make some close friends and trade stories. This was a bonus for us as the sanctuary attracts people from all walks of life to have an impact. Most of the volunteers stay for a week, but some chose to extend their day, which is possible if they've got availability. So, what's the cost for this experience? Well, at the time of the recording, it was $600 per person, which included your meals, accommodation, pick up and drop off from Saibai bus station. The money goes directly to the sanctuary, and you can see firsthand what good it does there. So, how would I rate the whole experience? Simply put, unforgettable. This is just one of those life changing experiences you have to try if you want to do some good with the time that you have, all of which can be paid for if you have the right investments set up. So, if you're interested in learning more about investing, you can check out other videos on my channel or visit the website. So, are you ready to pack your bags and head off to Laos? If so, I'd love to hear from you. I'd be happy to answer any questions that you might have. Until next time, cheers.